In today's video, I want to talk about something that is not talked about very much, or at least it's not explained, I feel, from this kind of angle. And it has to do by what is the best state by which to manifest your specific person. And that state is the state of love. However, I also want to explain what we mean by that, because believe it or not, there is a lot of confusion around what love means, what it means to be in a state of love towards another person. So I want to explain and clarify that for you guys. I want to show you what the best state and what the best self-concept is from which to manifest your specific person. So this is what's going to be in today's video. Stay tuned. So as I just said in my intro, you want to be manifesting your specific person from a state of love and from a self-concept of love. What does that mean? What is it and what is it not? That's what I want to be clarifying in today's video. Coming from a state of love really means that you're coming from a place of acceptance towards your specific person and that you're not coming from a place of resentment. I know many of you manifesting a specific person have a backstory. Some of you have a long backstory spanning maybe even years. And I know there's likely to be pain, there's likely to be hurt, there's likely to be resentment somewhere in that mix. However, if you're manifesting your specific person back, or if you're manifesting a new version of them, or if you're manifesting an improvement in your existing relationship, unfortunately, resentment is going to be a stumbling block and it's going to make it harder to see the version of the person that you want and the version of reality that you want. And this is because all this pain, all this hurt, all this resentment keeps you stuck in the past. Keeps you stuck in everything that you don't like, in everything that you don't want, in all the memories that still hurt you and still trigger you. So you want a new version of reality, you want to let go of these triggers, you want to let go of these old stories, these old hurts, these old pain, and you want to change your perspective towards your specific person, towards one that is more accepting, one that is more loving towards them, one that is more focused on the things that you love and the things that you like about them, versus all the things that they mirrored back to you by mirroring your old self-concept. Because all this old story, all these old circumstances, all these past triggers and hurts and all this past pain are nothing else but a mirroring of your own inner self, your own old self-concept. The other thing that's really, really important is to come from a self-concept of love. And there's a lot of confusion around this, so I want to clarify this because that's one of the most important things if you want to actually see a new version of your specific person. You need to be coming from a place of inner security, a place of inner safety, a place where you believe in your worth, you believe in your value. And once you feel these things, believe it or not, you are going to feel differently towards your specific person. If you're feeling ignored by your specific person, if you're feeling not chosen, if you're feeling not worthy of being chosen by your specific person, if you are getting into this place of jealousy, insecurity, doubting everything, doubting what they tell you, doubting that they're telling you the truth, doubting what they're doing, and just in general, doubting them, not accepting them, feeling resentful towards them, questioning their motives, not believing that they're actually going to choose you because that's what it boils down to at the end of the day, that's what they're going to mirror back to you. They are going to mirror back to you evidence of why you shouldn't trust them, of why you shouldn't believe them, of why they're not choosing you, of why they're not wanting you, etc., etc. So it's very, very important when you're approaching your relationship with your specific person, whether that's someone you're manifesting back into your life or someone who is in your life and you're improving the relationship, you're manifesting an improvement in the relationship, or someone who you are trying to recreate as a new version, it's very, very important that you first come from a place of inner security, a place of inner trust, and that only comes when you believe in your value, when you believe in your worth, when you know that you're worthy of what you want, you're worthy of love, you're worthy of being loved, being chosen, being wanted, being committed to. And once you embody these values for yourself, once you embody these assumptions, you are automatically going to start seeing your person in a different way as well. You're going to automatically trust them more. You're going to automatically question them less. You're going to automatically accept them more and like them more as a person and for who they are. And you're going to interpret everything they say or do from that new light of you being worthy of love. And so whatever they say or do, you're much more likely to interpret it from a place of they love me, they want me, they're choosing me, versus the opposite that ends up getting you the opposite results. And one thing I want to say here that is very, very important and a lot of people confuse for love is that neediness, you guys, is not love. Neediness comes from fear. and from insecurity, and from self-doubt, and from not believing in yourself sufficiently. Needing your person's validation, needing your person's confirmation, chasing your person to get that validation and that confirmation, all of this comes from fear and insecurity, and it's the opposite of love. Love means that you trust your person. Love means that you accept your person. Love means that you're not rushing to jump into conclusions about your person, that you're not rushing to question them, question their motives, question their intentions. And jealousy and neediness and insecurity and needing their constant validation and their confirmation and chasing and all these unpleasant energies are the exact opposite of love. So if you're feeling needy and obsessed and desperate about your specific person, you need to first look within. You need to first look at why this is happening to you, why you're feeling this way, where this is coming from, and shift your state to a state where you're feeling secure about your person. You're feeling your worth, you know your value, you know you're worthy of being loved and of being chosen and of being committed to. And at the same time, this is going to automatically take you to a place where you're feeling much more trust towards your specific person. You don't rush to judge what they're doing or what they're saying negatively or unfavorably, and you accept them and trust them to love you, to choose you, and to commit to you. That is the place of love. That is the state of love. That is the self-concept of love. There's a story I really like in one of Florence Scovel Shinn's books. I believe the book is The Game of Life and How to Play It, where she was talking about a client of hers who was in love with this guy who was a captain. She was extremely jealous of him. She was questioning everything he did. She was completely and constantly resentful of him for not choosing her, for wanting to associate himself with other women as well, for not becoming exclusive with her. And she was in this constant emotional turmoil, and she would go to Florence and complain to her that, I love him so much, how come he doesn't love me back? And Florence Scovel Shinn, in her infinite wisdom, told her, my dear, what you're feeling towards him is not love. All this resentment, all this hurt, all this pain, all this anger you're projecting towards that guy, all this upset you're projecting towards him, that is not love. You actually hate the guy. You actually hate him. You're not accepting him, you're not trusting him, you're questioning everything he says or does. You're feeling not chosen by him, you're resenting him all the time. That is not love, what you're feeling towards him. So that was finally when that woman had an epiphany and she started working on forgiveness. She started working on accepting her guy. She started working on loving him in the true sense of the word. And it took her a little while. I believe in the story it says that it took her a few months. But once that happened, when she arrived at a place where she felt true unconditional love towards him, true and unconditional forgiveness, and true and unconditional acceptance, what happened next was crazy because the guy showed up at her doorstep the very next day and told her he wanted to commit to her. And within a few days of that incident, they were married. So that's how much this woman was letting her poor self-concept and her low self-esteem get in her way. As soon as she did away with all that, as soon as she let all that go, as soon as she got into a place of true love for her person and into that state and into a self-concept coming from love, her guy showed up immediately, and he showed up as a completely different version. So this is what I want you guys to reflect on today. I know most of you manifesting a specific person are going to say that I love him or her. I want you to reflect on whether you're truly coming from a genuine place of love for them and from a self-concept of love for them and for yourself. And if the answer is no, you want to reassess, you want to course correct, and you want to actually shift your state into a place of love and into a self-concept of love. Not neediness, not obsession, not need for validation or confirmation. These are not derived from love. These come from fear. So you want true, genuine love, true, genuine acceptance and trust, and a feeling of security within you that your person is going to choose you, your person loves you and wants to commit to you. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.